Hello, this is Gummy Angler back with another Albion Online video. This is going to be another fishing guide, and specifically a fishing guide on how to use the Avalonian Roads. So whenever you look at a map in Albion Online, you're going to see these little portals you can hover over, and these portals are just any other gateway. You can click on them and you will enter into another little domain. It is a full loot PvP black zone, so you can die in here and you will lose all of your gear. All of the maps inside of the Avalonian Roads look like this. There are more portals on these maps that you can have access to. Some of these portals will lead to other normal zones, and other of these portals will lead to other Avalonian Roads. And we're going to hop right back out here. One key thing to know when you're looking at these portals is you should look at this number here, this 4 out of 7. So this is the number of charges available for the portal. Only 7 people can enter into this portal, basically. Right now it says 4. So if 4 more people enter into this portal, it will read 0 out of 7, and then no more people can enter into here. So what I know is that there are at least 2 people who have used this portal to enter into this zone somewhat recently. These kind of charges will recharge every little bit. You can see this little number over to the right, this 3-minute 25-second number. That's when there will be more charges. You'll see that the number just went down to 46. So after a little bit, the number of charges will go down. You just see that the number of charges went down because those 2 people just entered into the portal. So this is just something to pay attention to. If the portal has been used like a lot, if it was like 0 out of 7 or 1 out of 7, you know that there's a bunch of people that just entered into this portal and are potentially in that zone. Those are just that's the fundamental basics to it. We're gonna go over a little bit more as we go into the black zone. So one fun fact about Avalonian portals is basically the more dangerous of a zone in the open world that you're in when you enter into an Avalonian road, the more dangerous that Ava road is going to be, or at least the higher tier that road is going to be. So ideally you want to enter into an Ava roads portal through the black zone so you can get to higher tier zones faster, because you as a fisherman, you are looking for high tier, like tier 8 zones. This is an activity that you can do as a fisherman once you hit like tier 7, tier 8 fishing, by the way. And what you want to do is you want to look in your royal city and find the portal in the Conqueror's Hall. It looks like this no matter where you go. There's just this little Fort Sterling portal. Since I'm going out of Fort Sterling, just enter into the Conqueror's Hall. And then run straight forward until you see this little colored portal. The color matches your royal city. You're just going to click on it and you're going to enter, and it'll bring you into a portal city. If you've seen any content that has to do with the black zone, you've probably seen someone explain these portal cities. It's just something with basic access to amenities and whatever. But there's also multiple gates, and these gates go to zones that are around these portals. And each of these zones are going to have Avalonian Road entrances that are black zone Avalonian Road entrances. So it's going to be pretty easy for me to access high tier zones. Hopefully, this activity is based on luck, where you're hoping that you can find an easy connection to a high tier zone. So this zone has a little chest that's going to open up soon, so I don't really want to deal with that. So I'm just going to choose White Bank Shore. So when you're using the portal zone, the portal city stuff, you need to be clicking on these little shrines here. These shrine buffs make you invisible, immune to damage, they silence you, and you're unable to like auto attack. So you're unable to do anything, but you're also unable to be harmed as soon as you click on this shrine. One thing to keep in mind is these people can see. There's a few ways to make sure that people can't. There's a way to make it so that people can't see you, but we don't have to deal with that. If I want to go to White Bank Shore, what I can do instead is take the shrine from this entrance, going invisible. So anyone who sees me might think that I just went into that gate, but instead I'm going to use the other gate just to make sure that it's less likely, even less likely that people will follow me. So now that I'm in White Bank Shore, I can see this Ava Road entrance. It's pretty close to the gate. And it is 3 out of 7, so 4 people have entered into there at least somewhat recently. So that means that it's a pretty populated zone. If you're going to be safer you probably would just choose not enter this one and just go for like this gate to Frostpeak Ascent or whatever and find a different Ava Road entrance. But now I can enter straight into here. We're gonna look around a little bit. This is very safe. There's a black zone there, black zone there, black zone there. So we have 3 different entrances to other Avalonian roads. What I can do is just peek a little bit into them. Make sure that you're looking at people who run by you, by the way. That guy was like a transporter. He obviously doesn't have a ganking build. So we're chill to just keep on running. We're going to peek into other roads just to see if there's the zones that we're looking for. Okay, so when you are looking at a roads portal, there's a few little things to keep in mind. You don't have to care about most of these things along here, but you can look at this, and the number of dots is the tier of the zone. So this zone is a tier 4 zone, which means that we won't be going deeper into the roads to find higher tier locations. We'll actually be going shallower into the roads and finding lower tier access points. We want to be finding the high tier roads. So this is another tier 4 zone. There's no harm in really peeking, but I don't want to keep going deeper. I just want to find the zone that I'm trying to show off. Okay, we found it. So when there is one hyphen, see how this, like, it's 2 words that have the little dash up between them? When there's one of those, it's going to be a normal road, but when there's 2 of them, that means that it is a hideout zone. And I'm going to show you what that is in just a second. Okay, so as I said, the double hyphen means that this is a hideout zone. It's officially called a rest, and this is the symbol that indicates it. They'll always be a tier 6 zone when it's a rest. Let's enter into it, and then maybe we might get lucky and find... We did not. Okay, so this zone is currently... it has this. Oh, there's another hideout zone. So these hideout zones sometimes connect to other hideout zones, so we can keep going deeper. But sometimes instead of being connected to another hideout zone or another Ava road, these rests, these hideout zones, will be connected to an orange portal. Orange portals are for like big group content and whatever. As fishermen, we don't care about that. What we care about is that those orange portals are always tier 8 zones. So this activity is pretty simple. All you have to do is peek inside of an Avalonian road, see if there is a double hyphen, and then go to the double hyphen. And so right now, we know that this is a hideout zone, so we can keep in mind how long this entrance will be available. It says closes in 4 hours and 45 minutes. So we know that this will last for another, 5 hours, so we can come back here a little later and see what's changed up. This portal is going to be up for another 11 hours. So we know that actually a portal could pop up way down there to the southeast. And if a portal pops up way down there, it could be an orange portal. So you can keep checking in once you know that there's a hideout zone connection. And what's nice about doing this from the portal zone, from the portal city, is that you can just hop into a nearby zone, go into the Ava road, peek around. If there's no double hyphen, just go right back to the portal zone and go out another gate with your invis shrine. It's very safe to scout like this, and some days it's going to be very easy for you to find like a hydro zone, and sometimes it's going to take you very longer. I think the longest it's ever taken me is 30 minutes, and I promise you it's a 30 minutes well spent, because then you have a really good zone. So we haven't been able to find any hideout zones, unfortunately, but we did find another roads connection, so I can just keep going deeper. I can just keep going deeper and deeper and deeper, and it doesn't even matter. So one way that you can do it is you just peek really quick and just take a little look-see to find a double hyphen. And if it's not, just go walk right back to the city. And if there is a double hyphen, you just go into the double. So this is a very simple activity where there's 2 options for you when it comes to scouting out these tier 8 Avalonian road zones. One of the options is to just keep using the shrines and gates from the portal zone and keep peeking into different roads to try and find the double hyphen zones, so that you can keep like this mental list of zones that could end up having a tier 8 zone. Or you can do what I'm doing right now, which is just just keep going deeper. It's decently safe to keep going deeper. You don't get ganked all too often. Just try to stay safe, and as soon as you suspect that there's people, take unorthodox roads, don't take the main roads. But I rarely get ganked while I'm inside of these zones. I think I've died inside of an Ava road like twice after so many hours of fishing in Ava roads. This is a tier 4 zone, so this kind of sucks actually. I'm gonna keep peeking around. We want to look for, again, the double hyphens. No double hyphens. There is a blue zone though, so what I can do is you can run into the blue zone and then just peer out the other side and R back for very cheap, which is what I'm gonna do right now. Okay, instead of going to the blue zone, I chose to run in here. I found another double hyphen zone over to that northwest. There's another blue zone in here, so if that one is a total waste, I'll go into that blue zone and head out and then try another zone to see if I can find a high tier Ava road there. Alright! Okay, it paid off. So I found it. See this little orange portal? It says 14 out of 20 rather than this one saying like 6 out of 7. So it can have a lot more people in it. Currently it says that it has 6 people in it, which just means we have to be a little careful of people, which I'm going to give you just some brief tips on how to stay safe in these zones, and then hopefully I can demonstrate a little bit of how much money you can make in those. This has taken me, what, 15 minutes, I think? To be able to find one, and the profits are worth it. I mean, it's a tier 8 zone that you can make a lot of money fishing and farming in. Okay, so as soon as you enter the map, just take a peek, see on the map, see where all the water is. This kind of sucks. We're looking at that water, and that water. This water is currently near a gold chest, which is a high priority target for the people that are already here. So hopefully I don't get jumped by them. I'm going to just scout around, see if they're still there, if they already got it out of the way. They already finished that up. You're gonna say, oh, look at all these other orange portals. Aren't those also high tier? No, not necessarily. These orange zones always have more portals in them, and they can be lower tier, like tier 6 or something. It's still worth like checking out. But as you can see, this portal is also 14 out of 20. So I think that they came through here, they did this gold chest, and then left. Like they came through this portal and then went out this portal, which is nice for us. So I'm gonna give a look-see. Look at that water for us to fish in. Let the fishing commence. Ooh, it looks like we have our first tier 7 rare fish on the line. So this thing could be worth a lot of silver. Let's get it. Okay, so this is what's nice about the Avalonian Roads, by the way, is when you're on, this is 250k, see that? When you're in the open world and you're fishing, when you get rare fish, it's kind of a gamble whether or not it's going to be a fish that's actually worth a decent amount of money. Right, when I'm fishing in like a forest zone, I could fish up a rare fish like dead water eels, which are very expensive and have a very high demand, and I could also fish up a crab, and the crabs are not nearly worth as much. When you're in the Avalonian Roads, you will only get pyramid snappers. You will only get those, and they are very high value items. I mean, you see it's like 250k from just one pull. It's so nice and profitable in here. So we'll see how much more we can make. Okay, so we've made a decent chunk of money in not too long, so we are going to bus out of here. You're gonna see some people just grab that green core. I don't want to stay here any longer than I have to, so let's just leave. If you look at this, Ring back right now will cost you 280,000 silver, which is expensive. So if you remember the portal that we had come through to get into here, we can just go right back out there, go into a safe zone, and then get back home. Or sell my stuff. I can sell my wares at just a different city, and that's totally fine. Let's get ourselves moving on, though. This is a tier 6 hideout zone. So we just make it through this. So we've made it to the yellow zone. Huzzah for us. How close are we to a royal city? I do stuff out of Limhurst, so this is pretty close to Limhurst. Oh, it's literally 2 over. Well, I can just run there. Easy. I'll see you in a second. Okay, so now I can just put my stuff in here, and let's figure out how much we actually made. So currently this is 1 million silver, which is very nice. We ran around for like, what, 10-15 minutes, and ended up fishing for 25-30 minutes. So it was like 40 minutes of activity to be able to get 1 million silver. I've often gotten more. Now, it's not just 1 million silver, for me at least. All of these fish I can actually use and craft into foods and things. So these will ultimately be worth quite a bit more than just 1 million silver. I can probably get this to 1.5 million silver, but let's just say I sell it straight up. It's 1 million silver. This journal is also something that I filled up. It has no estimated market value right now, but I'm only like 800 points off of filling it up. So I might as well, I might as well fill this up. The only thing to add to the total would be this journal. This journal is currently 7,500 out of 8,300, so I can easily just fill that up in a yellow zone mist in very little time. So these things have this market value of like 183k, so it's really like 1.2 million. I mean, it's like 1.7. We'll count it for like a little less. It's like 1.2 million silver in that little amount of time. This is a very profitable activity that you could and should be doing as a fisherman. It's safe. You saw it. It was safe. It's effective. Makes money. So go to the Avalonian Roads and make money fishing. I wish you much luck.